Alrighty. So, today, the item of the day is I'm going to prove that it is possible to beat Risk of Rain 2 without any items at all. And this is it's a bit of a different style than the rest of my videos, because I'm going to cut from this directly to some gameplay footage of me doing it once unsuccessfully and then once successfully. And it's going to be cut around a bit because a lot of it is kind of monotonous, and also, for reasons that you'll soon find out, monotonous doesn't even begin to describe it. I think I was sitting in Bulwark's Ambry for something like 10 minutes waiting for the keys to drop. And they just didn't. I just had to sit there and do nothing. While trying to make small talk and failing because I was focusing on the game. So I'm gonna cut that out for y'all's enjoyment. But the general gist of my strategy is to beat the game as Loader in Drizzle without ever picking up any items. No green items, no lunar items, no boss items, no nothing. And I could beat the game in any way that I wanted. Only the lack of items is the only caveat. And to make things a bit more interesting, I also said no turrets or drones, or drones of any kind for that matter. Because I feel like it would be kind of cheesy to find an early healing drone or emergency drone, and from then on, it seemed way too simple to just like find an incinerator drone or a rocket drone that does double my DPS, and then suddenly the challenge is completely voided. So I steered away from that. But the general gist of my strategy was basically avoid doing as much work as possible while doing these 8 stages. Because in reality, I really only did 6. The first exception was, because of the Survivors of the Void update, going to Void Fields now increments the stage counter. Meaning, if you leave Void Fields and then continue on with your normal run, the Obliteration portal will spawn 1 stage earlier, even if you duck out immediately. So that was my plan. I went to Void Fields and then immediately left, and then incremented the stage by 1. The other way that I made life a little bit easier for myself is by using the artifact portal below Sky Meadow. Because an interesting fun fact is that there's no trigger for activating the portal. You just put in the code and you walk in. As long as the teleporter isn't active, you can interact with the laptop and you can interact with the item, with the display, as much as you want. So I just decided to head below ground and just skip Sky Meadow entirely, because certain bosses, like Grandparents and Magma Worms, would be really difficult, if not almost impossible, with no items. Probably not impossible. There's very few bosses that would be almost impossible to kill. They'd definitely be irritating to kill, though. Like, Z-constructs they're not impossible to kill, but they're very, very frustrating. As you're about to see. So that was my general strategy. And before anyone asks, no, I am not doing Mithrix, no, I am not doing Voidling. I just do not have even as Loader, who generally has the best start of the character, out of all the characters, I just don't have enough DPS to do Mithrix, and the same applies to Voidling, but threefold. So I would have to kill it 3 times. It would have that one irritating attack with the Void bomb, with the Void, like, barrage, that would insta-kill me. Because I would have no way to heal, and I'd have to get up in his face to attack him. It's just, it wouldn't work out. So, like, I'm preemptively cutting it off. Maybe I'll do it in the future, who knows. But, with all that said, I hope y'all enjoy my trials and tribulations trying to beat this game without any items. This is either gonna go great or terrible, I guess we'll see which. Oh my god, my frames! Risk of Rain does not like OBS. Oh my god, Risk of Rain does not like OBS. Pardon me. If I do this... Does that help? I have a feeling this will be miserable to play with. Does that help? I guess. So, the goal, playing in Drizzle, with Survivors of the Void on. As Loader, trying to beat the game in any way possible without picking up a single item. This is probably going to end terribly. Hang in there, Risk of Rain. So if I understand my general route... Oh crap, I should have hit a Newt Altar in here. I'll do it on the next stage. That is probably my favorite bit of tech for this character, the fact that you can bop yourself up into the air. Kind of reminds me of that weird tech of Pyro in TF2. I forget if this is added in Jungle Inferno or if this has been in the game for longer, but for some reason or another, if you air blast directly downward, it'll bop your opponent up into the air. I think that was added in Jungle Inferno because that's when they reworked Air Blast to not be basically a stun mechanic. But I could be wrong. Why is this area less laggy? That's strange. You'd think with all the water it would be laggier. But then again, it's not. It's basically just a texture map, so it's not real water. At least the kind of real water that would take tons of processing power. I mean, it's also a Miyazaki poison swamp, so it's pretty barren otherwise. Oof. I still don't know how to control that, whether or not you get velocity. Oh, come on! That's not right. The level up happened just as I did that hit to the boss, so it healed back the damage that I dealt. I wonder what level I'm going to end at. Probably like level 10. That seems to be about right. Because you could make the argument that it's roughly 1.5 levels per stage at this speed, but because of void fields, I'm gonna duck in and I'm gonna get in and immediately leave. So that will only end up being 1, but will that be enough to make significant difference? Who knows? And I don't know how long I'm gonna spend in. I don't know how Bulwark's Ambry is gonna factor into it. If that's considered a separate stage, that would be very strange. I don't think it is, because it's like the things between. The Hidden Realms are usually not counted, and I don't think it is either, even though it was added after all the portals were added. Oh. The cliff ends there. What the heck? This is too far down, I think. Ah. There we are. I was kind of concerned for a second because I completely passed over it on my first way through. So I was kind of concerned. Oh, what if there's just nothing here? They just added a thing. Where is the exit from here? There we go. I gotta say, I just love the design of this place. As weird and janky as it can be, it's such a cool area. Oh, oops. And unless I mention it in the intro bit, just to clear the air a bit, void fields can only spawn once, even though I immediately left. If I try and go back by going in through another blue portal, there will be nothing there. So I can't cheese it like that, by basically meaning... That'd be funny, because then I wouldn't even have to go to Sky Meadow, and I could just do 4 stages twice. And that would be enough. Oh god. Hello there. I have to wonder if this is even possible on Monsoon, because I'm sure people are going to ask. I feel like it probably is, but it would be such a pain. And the strategy would be almost the same, I think. Basically, I'm basically only going to do 6 stages, so... And I can't think of any artifacts that make the game objectively easier besides command, and, well... I will not have access to items, so command won't do much. Vengeance would be funny, but it's not. I have less incentive to do it. Oh, this could be bad. I'm fine with Imp Overlord, but if it's Magma Worm, this could get ugly. At the very... Oops. Okay, at the very least, there are no Void Seeds in this level. Just the last time I did this, I got ambushed by a Void-touched Magma Worm, and he two-shot me. Yep, it's Magma Worm. Okay, that's not that bad. Dunk. You need to deal with this Elder Morian. I can kind of like stun lock him, but the faster I deal with him, the more I can start focusing on the boss. And I missed. Uh-oh. Weird to think that before Survivors of the Void, I don't think this would have been way less possible. Because yeah, Void Seeds kind of make this almost impossible if you manage to find, if you end up finding one and it interferes with your run. But Void Seeds incrementing your counting as a stage again and incrementing the level counter is very important for this. This will probably be one of the scariest areas though, because I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm not going to be dealing with Malachites in this run. But just Hermit Crabs and Magma Worms are both terrifying. Hermit Crab's kind of less so, but how I can cheese my way out of this area. Thank God. Because alloy unit, freaking Souls Control unit is fine. I don't mind dealing with them at all, but getting a Grandparent or a Magma Worm could be rough. So I'm gonna opt to not do that. Oh wait, it's circles, I'm pretty sure. It's been ages since I've plugged in this code. Hey, take it for granted. Ah, crap. I know it's triangles on the bottom. It's gotta be squares then. Because it's like you'd think it would be a crown shape, but it's the like upside down sorta. I think this will work. And yes, there's my ticket out of fighting Magma Worms this run. That being said, this is gonna be pretty tough. Especially since, because it's command, the keys are going to be locked behind command essences, so that might be kind of troublesome.
A few minutes later.
It's weird how it kind of stops sometimes. I don't know what causes that. Maybe it has, like, it shoots out 360 projectiles, and then it resets. And that does not count. I don't think the portal opens unless I pick up the artifact, so... Could be wrong now. That doesn't... It's not in my list of items. It's not like the first game. Which I am very sad about. It would be... I do wish that you could go through a run and collect every single artifact. Because that was something that was very cute about the first game. They were scattered around, but they were also very standardized. Because unlike in for those that don't know, in the first game, they weren't hidden in they weren't tablets hidden in locations. The artifacts themselves were actually hidden about. But they were always in the same spots, so you could kind of like goof around and find the ones you're looking for. I'm pretty sure that Void Seed has the teleporter in it. That kind of sucks. I still one-shot Lemurians with the back blast at least, which is nice. Oh. Yeah, I see the particles over there. It is in there. That's unfortunate. Oh, there are some particles in here. Hey guys, what's up? It's whack. It's so insane to me that this is stage 7. I only have one more stage after this. I ain't out of the woods yet. Just let me up them, please. I love the indicator. That's such a nice quality of life thing. Please don't. Where did it? Beg pardon? Did it just leap into the stratosphere? or is the HUD? Nope, I just saw it fall. Okay, that is very bizarre. It must have clipped into the ground. Maybe they added a fail. I bet they did add a failsafe. No, I'm not doing purple orb. As funny as it would be, Voidling would annihilate me. Oh god, you. Now is not the time for my frame rate to tank, thank you very much. Please, God, stop tanking my frame rate. I would really appreciate it. Alright, thank you. Okay. I don't really care about the teleporter radius, and I'm fine with scaling for now, so I'm just gonna wail on him from a comfortable position. He can't hit me because I'm not on the ground, so that's awesome. As long as I keep, like, moving around. Stop tanking my frame rate. Jerk. Oh, that's frustrating. And here's the shield. This is like an anime fight. Come over here, you. I can kind of use the stone golem strategy and hide behind enemies. Oh, you're joking. He just shot me out of the sky. Okay, I feel like my best shot right now is to charge the teleporter, because he can't really engage me from back there. God knows he's gonna try. He won't get very far. Yeah. As much as I love this game, the optimization is not great. I have been at 20 frames per second for a good chunk of the stage. Go away, please. once enemies stop spawning, I can focus on the boss, and it'll make the whole endeavor way easier. Okay, 99. Get over here, you. I'm sick of your tomfoolery. Uh-oh. There we go. Come on, I'm so close. Please don't butt me off again. Thank you. That was pretty majestic. You need to be kind of like gingerly with that. I don't want to accidentally pick up the item or land on the bounce pad. But now, the final challenge. No void seeds. Thank goodness for that. Dune Striders are kind of scary. And the frame rate is also kind of scary, but I'm fine with dealing with both of those things. This is my last challenge, too. I make it through this and I'm able to complete the challenge. Formally. Uh-oh. I got butted off. Get down here, you. Let's try and focus on that one. Because that's the one on the right is the one that I kind of poked at the start. Oh no. No thanks. No. No, 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 no. Please stop it. Okay, I'm gonna take a sabbatical. Yeesh. No shrines of the forest, kind of annoying. If I can make them part ways a bit while I focus on the teleporter, that should be fine. I'm so close to like muscle memory opening the chest. I can't. The challenge demands it. The challenge demands that I don't do that. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh my god, stop it. Please. So close. Don't ruin it now. Oh god. That was exceptionally close. Okay, I need to make sure I don't piss that thing off. Because if he does like the little clay spurt that will probably that hits you no matter where you are, that will probably kill me. Okay, they're over there. kind of like shift the camera away to get a gauge of where they are. I kind of slink back in. Whoa! Spaghetti! Spaghetti! Oh my god! When were there 2 more of them? Ugh. That is very upsetting. Okay, so I know it's possible. Actually, I realized a mistake on my part. No, I'm not doing either of those challenges of the mountain. I gotta wait to do the cheese. Oh, you are joking me. That ain't right. I was just saying I gotta wait to do the void portal thing until stage 7. Not stage 7, it would be stage 6. I'd have to wait. I'm gonna have to do it on my first go-around, my second go-around of Titanic Plains. That way, it doesn't scale any... Hate them. Get over here, you scoundrels. Two void seats. Oh. Let's see. Oh god, I see teleporter sparks in there. That's annoying. Well. Guess I gotta head into the breach. Alright, thanks. I love that sometimes the Void Infestors will just choose to not engage you and will just like keep walking until they walk off a cliff. It's, like, their AI is very bizarre. It's got a running. They've got like a skittering mode, and then an attack mode. Kind of like a head crab. Now I see. I wish there was more fanfare when you broke these things. I mean, they're void seeds, for crying out loud. Like, these are quite possibly some of the most dangerous structures in the game now. Least you could do is, like, give you a little void fireworks or something. I don't know. The XP is nice from the void suckers, though. Come on. Yeah. Dum-de-dum. It's so weird. The lag, it's like, it's all the visuals. It is never the audio, and that's a problem. It seems to be a problem with a lot of modern games. Because I know for a lot of emulations of games, when the game slows down, it'll affect the audio as well, because it's the entire system that's lagging. But for stuff like Unity, it seems to be that the lag almost always comes from the visuals, and if the audio is lagging, that usually means the program is about to crash. Not to mention a lot of, I'd say like a 99% of songs nowadays are stored as MP3s or FLAC files or what have you. Oh, there's that covers my bill. I don't know why, I've never really been bothered by bad frame rate. Because so much of the time it's based on just visuals, and the inputs are always fine and the sound is always fine. So it doesn't really affect my rhythm when I'm playing. But games that where lag does affect rhythm, like I've played a couple of rhythm games made in Unity where that has happened. And it sucks. It sucks a lot. Where it's like, it has to load in a new asset, and the game briefly stutters, and that micro stutter just hurts so much, because you've been following along with the rhythm. One of my favorite comics in recent memories that sort of pertains to that is there was an XKCD comic. It was something like, I don't remember it at this point. It was like how to tell who's in marching band. What was it? How to tell someone's in marching band. Watch what happens when you pause the radio at random intervals. It shows like a guy falling on his face because he was walking in rhythm with the song. Because that's another thing, and this is a really esoteric thing to think about, but just bear with me. All of these, almost every time I do the teleporter event, if I do it 100% and the boss is killed before it reaches 100%, and there's no time like left, it just goes to 99 and then the portal opens. It'll always stop on the same like progression of the song, regardless of how laggy the game is or what I just killed. It's a nice indicator for how I'm doing. I really like these things. I've always wondered what they are. Are they supposed to be like... Are they supposed to be like scavenger units? Like whatever like the big thing the scavenger is wearing is supposed to be? Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the lore is supposed to be that scavengers were at one point other people that came to the planet in search of one thing or another. That's what their lore was in the first game, at least. I don't know if that carried over. But the fact that they can like, they have like a sack of things with them and they like grab things out of the sack makes me think that they're at least somewhat familiar with the contact light. I wanted to like do jump rope, but the projectiles have homing, so I keep getting whacked by it. Not to mention, sort of, ooh, it's lagging behind a little bit. Like I said, the fact that I'm holding off on increasing the level by 1 should definitely help. Wait a minute. Am I going crazy, or is this stage 6? Wait. Hang on. Wait a dang second. Since when? Is this stage 6? Was I just wrong before? Or is the next stage also going to be stage 6? This is an interesting question. Yeah, those hitboxes are very generous. No keys yet either. Come on. I can't sit here with my head in my hands forever. Head in my hands. Hand on my chin, rather. I'm gonna have my head in my hands again if I die at the very last second again.
One eternity later.
Best angle to do this from. And that is why I like playing Loader. You can just kinda thunk. Here's my ticket. And thank you. So now the question, is this going to be stage 7 or stage 8? Because I was in stage 5 before. Nope, this is stage 6. Weird. I don't know what was doing that, then. It must, like, prematurely increment the station number. That's very strange. Okay, I forget where the new altar locations are in this map. I think there's one all the way up here. They usually like to stick them in the high altitude, low altitudes. I think I know where it is, because there's only like 2 or 3 places that they tend to spawn in on the first stage, so it's like over there on the left. Yep. I thought it wasn't here for a moment. Oh yeah, while I'm here, a little bit of trivia. That dude over there is actually the Colossus from the first game. If you notice, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's like an eye. There's an eye socket right there. And from what I understand, the Colossus, basically the same thing as the Stone Titan, but quite a bit larger, to my understanding. But because of the way that like the meta scaling works of the enemies, it's about the same size as the Stone Titan is now. They were a little bit more generous with the player's size in the first game. And fair enough, the Rotten Beast would have been terrifying if it was to scale. And to be fair, it already kind of was. I'm very glad they got rid of that thing now, because it was super frustrating to fight. Not to mention, boars aren't actually in this game, so like beetle guards are a natural progression and also just a good addition. So that is another thing that is just insane to me. Magmorphs used to be a floor 1 boss in Risk of Rain 1. Imagine fighting a Magmorph as the first boss of this game. That's pretty insane. And I mean, Magmorph was, by all accounts, the most dangerous of the floor 1 bosses, so it would probably be similar, if I had to guess. Even with toned down health and attack, that would still be a very dangerous fight. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, and I can see the exit from here. Brilliant. Why does the game keep trying to goad me into doing a thing? Okay, thank goodness. I think I completely ignore it. Oh. That's really weird. Did the Celestial Orb just not spawn? Okay, I need to be kind of careful here. I want to try and avoid giving the Void Touch augment to the boss. Don't you dare. It will help. Ugh. Still scary. But it's definitely less scary than last time I tried this. Okay. Please don't. Nice! There's not a lot of good shelter, but lucky for me, the void enemies are giving me a much needed distraction, kind of like hide over here in the corner. So you guys do your thing. Hey, there's my ride! Go on, shoot me. I dare ya. Whew. I did it! It's possible! I can't believe it. Are you sure? Hell yeah. I did it! It is possible. Holy cow. That was frightening, but that could have gone either way. If the beetle guards had gotten void touched, that probably would have killed me. But it's doable. It's doable. Probably not going to do Mithrix, though, because screw that. Fighting Mithrix to no items seems like a pretty big wall. Voidling, too. But at least with Voidling, it would be kind of terrifying either way, because just getting there, you'd have to either beat Mithrix, which, again, not a great idea, or you'd have to go through Void Locust, which would be overrun with Void Barnacles if you bum rush it, and overflowing with Void Reavers and Jailers if you weren't, so neither are particularly great. Who knows, maybe I'll try it in the future.